Hey, welcome back to the Fit Survive channel. So one of the things that many of you requested that I do for a modification on these custom Swiss Army knives is adding a lock for the blade. And so, as I promised, I did experimenting with that, and we have two successful experiments here. So the first one I'll show is on the Dragonfly blade. See right here, we have kind of oily still. It's okay. You can see the lock right here. This is from the 111 millimeter Swiss Army knife. And so I had to kind of change that down to make it fit in the 91 millimeter. And you can see it works really well. The blade doesn't close, doesn't have much flex at all to it when you go that way. It does have the same awkwardness, kind of like the 111 millimeter Swiss Army knife has, where you expect to push with your right thumb and then push on a typical liner lock. That's what you would do. But here it's kind of opposite, where you have to push with your right middle finger to push out the other way, and then you close down like that and try not to lose your finger. Or of course, naturally, doing it two-handedly, you'd push to your left and snap it down. So anyways, that turned out really great. It adds even more snap sound to it when it opens. So go ahead and listen to that. So I think it's just beautiful the way that snaps open, locks into place. And so I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So I'll show you the rest of this knife before I move on to the next one. So this has a electrician blade here. And kind of interesting because I've added a combination tool, which is kind of interesting because the combination tool typically goes the same place where the electrician goes. What I've done is I've made some modifications to where it would fit in here. You can see also I cut in this nail nick right there so you can access it from the outside. So it turned out pretty well there. Right in the back you can see just the corkscrew. And what I've done also is this liner lock, since it is a stainless steel, I did also acid etch it to match the tools. And so it just blends in really well like that. So the rest of this basically is titanium scales. It has this cutout here with the plus logo, got some Torx screws, and then of course the red G10 liners along the side, just adding a bit more color to it. I really like how the G10 here kind of like peeks through that logo in the front. So really cool. All right, so that is the Dragonfly blade with the liner lock. And then what I did over here, all right, so I'll hold these up so you can compare them side by side. So you can see on this one on the top, the liner lock is the same direction as the corkscrew, whereas down below I have it in the opposite direction. And so what that does is it lets me take the original blade, and now that also locks open. You see right here, the exact same concept, exact same liner lock from the 111 millimeter Swiss Army knife. And so this does have a bit more flex to it, simply because the spring right here lets it kind of flex onto that. But it's not like, if you're working with this, it's not going to close on your finger at all unless you were to push this over. This closes the exact same way as the Dragonfly blade does, where again, you can't do it with your right thumb like you'd expect. You got to push it with your middle finger, get it out of the way before you snap it down. All right, so again, not much more to explain about that. Here you can see that I polished it up, and also I polished up the aluminum liners to kind of help create this exact same look. So the aluminum and the stainless steel, they match each other. You can't hardly even tell that it's not the exact same liners between it. So for the rest of the tool set here, it also has a combination tool. It's kind of along the lines of a Yeoman, except for instead of the typical magnifying glass and inline Phillips, instead I've added the Wenger style metal magnifying glass. So this is supposed to be a bit more powerful. I think it's like an 8x, if I remember correctly, compared to the 5x on the newer magnifying glass. All right, and then here in the middle are the scissors. So kind of typical what you find on the compact. You see in the back, also on that parcel hook, there's also the nail file, which again is typically found on the compact. All right, we also have the awl, and then last we have the corkscrew. So a really cool tool set in my opinion. I'm not sure like what to call it because it's not quite exactly a Yeoman. So let me know in the comments what you think would be a good name for this tool set. Basically, it's a compact with the lock with this Wenger style magnifying glass. So let me know, and maybe I'll choose one of your names to be the official name for this tool set. All right, so you guys asked for the liner lock. I did it. So let me know what you think about that. If you like the performance of it, if you like the look of it, and all that, definitely let me know in the comments your thoughts about that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.